for the banking industry.
The collapse of Silicon Valley Bank.
The second biggest bank collapse in U.S. history.
Break down exactly what happened.
So the Silicon Valley Bank collapsed on March 10 after a run on deposit doomed the tech-focused lenders' plan to raise fresh capital. So this prompted U.S. regulators to step in with emergency measures, including seizing another bank 3 days later in a bid to ease fears that the depositor might pull their money from other lenders. Hi, I'm Aish and I'm actually going to talk about what actually happened and how this crisis unfolded, what is the US intervention, and the shells that might happen in the future. During the pandemic, Silicon Valley had gotten all of these deposits, their deposit tripled. There was a huge influx, and they did what banks do. They took some deposits and they made loans, but they also invested a lot of them in securities which are pretty safe, like the treasury bonds. And some issue had been bubbling under the surface of Silicon Valley Bank since the Federal Reserve started to raise the rates, right, affect the fall of the value of the bonds. It is actually not a big problem for you unless you have to go and sell the bonds. When the rumors start spreading at the social media, especially Twitter, people say this and that, all people freaked out and the deposits started to leaving the bank faster than they anticipated, and they had to sell their bonds and take a very big loss. So the bank made an announcement on Wednesday night that it is needed to raise capital, and it was planning to do that. So the next day the investor completely freaked out, sold off the stocks, and then a bank's round started where people tried to withdraw 42 billion in deposit just in that one day. And by Friday morning, it was seized by the regulators. The regulators has responded in a way that they're hoping that stamps are not panic. The federals say that they're going to be offering this lending facility that's a backstop where they're going to ensuring all of the deposit effectively of this bank that failed the collapse. So this means that they're trying to bring stability to the financial system at a time when people were worried about will these bank failures ripple throughout the entire US economy. So the regulators created a new lending program for banks called the Bank Term Funding Program, which allows the banks to take advances from the federal to meet customer withdrawals. So the First Republic Bank plunged, and other regional bank stocks suffered in their largest decline in 3 years as Wall Street scrambled to assess the likelihood of further fallout. So the collapse mattered because it could have broader economic effect. Most notable Signature Bank was a New York-based bank was also seized. It is the third largest bank failure in US history, and First Republic put up a statement that saying they gotten some extra money from the Federal Reserve and also from the JP Morgan. Question is the financial crisis in 2008 gonna repeat itself or no? The answer for this at the moment is no, and experts don't expect there to be any issues spreading to the broader banking sector because, Silicon Valley Bank was a large but had a unique existence by servicing the nearly exclusively the technology world and the VC-backed company. It did a lot of work with the particular part of the economy that was hit hard in the past year. So other banks are far more diversified across multiple industry and customer bases and geographies, and the most recent round of stress tests by the Federal Reserve of the largest banks and the financial institutions show that all of them would survive a deep recession and a significant drop in unemployment. However, there might be economic ripple effect in the Bay Area in the technology startup world if the remaining money cannot be released quickly. That is all from me. Thank you.